Hozay in Hollywood, exposing creeps in town who ain't so good. Where any no-talent hack with a big bulging sack used to be an overnight star. Where a drop of your drawers to studio whores used to get you prime seating in bars. Hozay in Hollywood. They say it's your body, do what you think you should. On his bedpost you're a notch, or kick him in the crotch if they claim they can make you a star. They say I'll make you famous, just open your anus, easy as driving a car. Ho! Ho! Hozay in Hollywood. I speak the truth, it really ain't so good. Despite the Me Too movement, it still needs improvement, even though Harvey's in jail. Piece of shit producers are still abusers, chasing their own piece of tail. Hozay in Hollywood, exposing creeps who ain't so good. So keep your knees together, enjoy this weather, but don't expect any change soon. There will be lots of auditions and changing conditions, and Alec Baldwin is still a buffoon. Ho! Ho! My name is Hozay Smith, and I kick ass.
This edition of Hozay in Hollywood is brought to you by the Tourist Bureau of El Salvador. Planning that family vacation? Don't know where to go? Well, don't be an imbecile and pick way overpriced Disneyland. Mickey don't need your money anyway. This year, the Latin American paradise known as El Salvador is just waiting for you. The mosquitoes, the gang violence, and nighttime crime isn't nearly as bad as you've heard. Boil in the oppressive heat and take a tour by ox cart to a sugarcane field. Tour the factories that create the country's top 2 exports, t-shirts and toilet paper. And for the high point of your trip, don't forget to take in a visit with the country's most famous incarcerated superstar citizen, Kilmar Abrego Garcia, recently returned to his beloved homeland. Make reservations early, so long as you don't mind standing in line behind all of the Democratic members of Congress who have flocked down to show support for the celebrity gang member, human trafficker, and wife beater. Your patience will be rewarded with an autograph, and if you're lucky, he'll take a selfie with you. Impress all of your progressive friends by showing them just how socially conscious you are. This year, forget the theme parks and 5-star resorts. That's old hat. Your family deserves the very best. El Salvador and Kilmar are waiting for you. Book early. Operators are standing by. Well, here we are once again. It's another episode of Hozay in Hollywood.
Does it have to be Hozay in Hollywood?
That's the name of the show. Hozay in Hollywood. That's right. That's Hozay.
That's the hammerhead.
And we're here for a number of reasons. Primarily, though, because you are the soothsayer.
Yes.
You know all things.
I know all things.
You say it with such conviction.
Well, that's me.
But 3 words really define what you do on this program. Mud.
Yeah.
What else?
I don't know. You started this.
Okay. Mud.
Yeah.
Come on, help me out here.
Why? You're doing just fine the way you are.
Come on, help me out here. That's why you're here.
Oh, is that true?
Yeah, that's a fact. That's a fact. Okay, so you got mud.
Yeah. Dirt.
All right.
I gave you one.
All right. Mud, dirt, and?
Go ahead.
Poop.
Poop. Yeah, I dish the dirt. I throw the mud, or I hurl the mud, or whatever the hell it's called.
Yeah.
And I scoop the poop.
That's right. All right, so you're ready to scoop the poop?
No.
What do you mean, no?
No. This week, I've decided that I'm not gonna scoop.
No scoop?
No poop.
People tune in this program to hear the latest Hollywood. After all, we're here in Hollywood. You're well connected. You find out these things that nobody else can.
Yeah, well, yeah, I know that's what we say, but for the most part,
well, give me for the most part. People want to hear what you've got to say. They want to hear that.
No. Today's program, I just want to talk about politics.
Well, I think you're making a huge mistake. You're telling me that there's no Hozay in Hollywood?
No, not today.
What about Dead Lewis?
No Dead Lewis.
How about the Hollywood Gigolo?
No, the Gigolo worked this week, but rather not go into it. I just want to talk politics.
Maybe you just need a little help. Maybe if I play the song.
No.
Come on, just make something up.
No, I don't think so, Hammerhead.
Come on, make something up. Brad Pitt did so-and-so. Who's the other guy you don't like?
Oh, Brad Pitt is okay.
Yeah, but who's the other one?
You're talking about Ben Affleck?
Ben Affleck, yeah. Make something up about Ben Affleck.
I don't want to.
Come on.
No, make the music go away, Hammerhead. I just want to talk about politics.
How about if we find Hail to the Chief?
Well, I could get away with that.
No,
seriously, dump the music, cause
See, you're into it.
Okay.
That's it?
Yeah.
No dirt?
No dirt.
No mud?
No mud. And forget the poop. No poop.
No poop.
No poop.
Well, I'm disappointed. I'm sure the tens of people that listen to this podcast feel the same way.
No, dump the music.
See, if I leave it, you get into it.
Big finish now. Yeah. And Alec Baldwin is still a buffoon.
You had to get that in there.
Yes. As long as we're playing the song. Yeah.
All right, so you want to talk about politics. So you want to talk about when you were the corrupt mayor of Foggeria?
No.
Do you want to talk about when you were the surprise party candidate for the office of President of the United States?
Well, yeah, we could start there.
You said last week that your political party met to discuss why perhaps you were defeated at the ballot box.
Yeah, we got together, but we didn't really talk much about that. You know, I think I mentioned we told a couple of dirty jokes.
Yeah. Yeah, what kind?
You know, traveling salesman, farmer's daughter.
Okay, that helps, I guess, for a political party.
Sure.
Okay, and what else? So now what happens?
We didn't really come to any conclusions. You know, we're kind of a disorganized, dysfunctional bunch. No more so than Republicans or Democrats.
Yeah, well, Democrats at this point seem to be a little bit more disorganized than the Republicans. I think the Republicans, and you would agree with this, probably moving a little too fast in all the things they're trying to get done. Would you agree with that?
No, not really.
No?
No. I want to be the contrarian here and saying, you know, they're probably not going fast enough.
But is this what you would have done?
No, Hammerhead. If I had been catapulted into the Oval Office,
Yeah.
really wouldn't have spent a lot of time there because it's a big office. I've seen pictures. There's a nice fireplace. There's a big desk. I don't see any televisions. Can't.
Well, as president, you could bring all that stuff in. You could have it come in, and you know, it would be just whatever you wanted.
Really?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you would have been the president.
The president.
You would have been the president of these United States. That's right. So when people said to you, "What are you going to do about so and so?" as a surprise party candidate and winner, what would you have told them?
I'd say it's a surprise.
It's a surprise. What are you going to do about immigration?
Surprise.
Surprise. That's it. What are you going to do about DEI, diversity, equity, and
Inclusion.
inclusion? Yeah. What are you going to do about that?
Surprise.
You're not going to tell us?
Well, then that would ruin the surprise. defeat the whole purpose.
Well, yeah, I guess it would. I guess it would. What about men playing in women's sports? Men claiming that they're women and changing next to the young women in the locker room. What would you have done about that?
Surprise.
I didn't quite hear that. You had your hand over your mouth.
Yeah, well, surprise.
It would be a surprise.
That's right. That'd be a surprise.
Mm-hmm. And where would you be through all of this?
Oh, I'd be out showing myself a good time. On television, I see that big airplane. What's it called?
The one the president travels in?
Yeah.
Air Force One?
Yeah.
Well, it's only Air Force One if the president is on board. If the president is not there, it's just by whatever the call sign is on the back and the tail. It's like some sevens and some zeros and stuff.
Oh, so the president has to be physically inside the plane for it to be called Air Force One.
That's correct.
I didn't know that.
Well, see, hasn't been a total waste today, has it?
No, I guess not.
So you'd be flying around on that plane?
Yes, I would tell my assistant, Joe.
Joe?
Yeah, just Joe.
Joe doesn't have a last name?
Doesn't need one. He's my assistant.
Mm-hmm. What would you have done?
I would have told him, Joe, make sure that the plane is gassed up at all times, full tanks, because I could roll out of bed in the morning and say to myself, you know what? Me and some of my fake friends that only like me because I'm famous think we want to go to, I don't know, Brazil.
You think you just climb in the airplane and go?
Sure, I'm the president. I tell them it's my quarter in the jukebox.
Mm-hmm.
So if I'm playing that tune,
mm-hmm.
they're gonna hoof.
Yeah, you're a bigger jerk every weekend.
You notice that too, huh?
Yeah, yeah. It was really hard not to. You sure you don't want to bring in Dead Lewis?
No.
No Hollywood gigolo.
No. Gigolo went out, he did the job that he was paid to do, he did the job well, he got paid, he moved on.
That's it?
That's it.
Really?
Yeah, that was it. What else you got?
Well, I'm going to ask you the same question. What else have you got? You said you wanted to talk politics. Okay. All right, so we know what you would have done if you were the president. You're not the president.
No, I didn't make it.
So now, what do you think? Trump and Democrats? What's going on?
Well, Hammerhead, it looks like the thing about Trump, and correct me if I'm wrong.
Mm-hmm.
I'm never wrong, so I don't expect to hear from you.
Yeah.
Here's what I don't understand. The more people seem to hate Trump,
yeah,
like Democrats and the crazies out there with the purple hair and the nose ring.
Mm-hmm. What's your point?
My point is this: the more it seems that they hate him, it's like the stronger he becomes.
You notice that too, huh?
Yeah, you picked that up?
Well, from time to time, I've kind of noticed that, yeah, and that is kind of amazing.
So I don't know whether he takes that negative energy in there and, he lies in a hot tub for an hour.
What does a hot tub have to do with negative energy?
Well, that's, the conduit. That's how it gets in there.
You think that?
Yeah.
I don't know what to tell you. It seems that he becomes stronger with more hate. I don't know how anybody can handle the vitriol and the hate that go in. Why do you think they hate him?
Well, he's got a full head of hair.
Yeah, I don't think that's it.
Worth about $8 billion.
Well, that could be it.
He didn't come up through the ranks like all the other politicians.
What do you mean?
Well, most of them, they run for city council.
Mm-hmm.
Get elected to city council, and then they think, okay, this politics thing is pretty good. It's corrupt, but if I'm at a higher office,
mm-hmm.
there's more corruption money to be had.
Mm-hmm.
So they go from city council to, let's say, state representative.
Okay.
Where there's more corruption money.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm with you so far.
Are you with me so far?
I just said I'm with you so far.
Oh,
If you pay attention, you might pick up on these things.
okay, all right.
So continue your point.
Okay, state rep, okay, and then suddenly the state senator in their district is arrested on a morals charge.
On a morals charge?
Yeah.
Okay.
And suddenly they resign.
Yeah.
Now that seat is open, and you go for it.
Okay. So now you've gone from a local council person
Yeah,
to state representative,
correct.
now state senator.
That's right. That's right. Things are pretty good. You're now a full-time politician. You have a nice office and a couple of assistants. But then you hear through the jungle drums that beat loudly
Yeah.
that the congressional seat in your district, your congressperson, is what they say vulnerable.
Okay.
And you're thinking to yourself, hey, I could run for Congress. I could be in Washington with the rest of those corrupt politicians. I could really start get stock tips like Nancy Pelosi.
Well, she's not the only one that's gotten dirty, filthy, stinking rich from insider trading. I'm sure politicians on both sides have done that.
Well, it's probably true, but so now you're thinking congressman. Okay, and somebody else probably wants the job, so you're out there and you're working and you get your party's nomination.
Okay, you've primaried someone and you've defeated them.
That's right. That's right. Now you're energized. Now you're with your supporters, and the TV cameras are there, and you're talking about all the great things that you're going to do when you get there. It's all a lot of crap. But people expect you to say the crap. You say the crap.
Yeah.
You move on.
Okay. Okay, so now you're running for Congress.
Now you're running for Congress. That's right. Okay, and now your opponent is saying that you're in favor of inflation. You're in favor of crime in the streets.
That's kind of dirty and low-handed.
Yeah, well, then you throw it right back at them. Okay, so you do that, and then election day comes.
Okay.
You've raised several $100,000 in you're in a small district.
Well, all districts are pretty much the same. But I guess if you're in a rural district as opposed to a district that has a big city, that few $100,000 goes further.
Yes, Hammerhead. That's very good. That's quite an observation.
Yes, it is. All right, continue.
All right, so let's say you eke out a win and you were elected to Congress.
Okay.
$174,000 a year is your salary.
Is your salary.
That's right. Yeah, plus you get a staff, you get an office, you get freebies, and now everybody at home thinks that your doo-doo does not smell.
Why is that?
Well, because now you're a big-shot congressperson, man or woman.
And now what do you do?
Well, you go to Washington and you try and get what do they call them when you're on TV and they get a little bit of a
you mean a soundbite?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. You get a soundbite. They play it back home at the local TV stations, and your constituents, they see, oh, there's Harry Jones, our congressman. He's doing a heck of a job. He's supporting us. He's doing good stuff.
And?
All right, so now you're in Congress.
2 years.
Yeah. No sooner are you elected to Congress,
Yeah.
then you have to run again for your seat.
Well, because it's every 2 years. In the Senate, you're every 6.
Yeah.
But in the other thing, it's every 2.
Yeah. But you're not going to get reelected
Yeah.
unless you do something called bring home the bacon.
Bring home the bacon? What are we talking? Armor bacon?
No, the pork. The bacon.
I'm still not sure where you're going.
Yes, you are. You're just playing with my head.
Yeah, you got me. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm doing.
That's the job of a congressman or woman, to bring home money for the district, whether it doesn't make any difference what the money is for, okay? You can go up and say, Congressman Jones fought for better schools, fought for cheaper housing, and then you appear on your own TV commercial and go, this is Congressman John Jones, and I've done all these wonderful things for the people, and if you send me back to Washington, I'll keep doing all that really good crap for the people.
Mm-hmm. So this is Congress.
Yeah.
Okay, you've talked about the process, but we really haven't talked politics. I want to know what you think about what Trump is doing, what the Democrats are doing. Hello?
Yeah, no, I'm here.
I'm looking at your face. It's like you wigged out.
No, I'm still here.
Uh-huh.
Well, Hammerhead, I'm watching television, and I'm listening, trying to pay as much attention as I can. Of course, when I'm not out showing myself a good time.
Uh-huh.
And it looks like the Democrats are, they've kind of, they've lost their minds.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I think a lot of people would agree with you.
Yeah, they don't know what to do. They swear at Trump. They say F Trump. And then there's other stuff, and then they're singing, we shall, fa fa, do do, fa fa do.
Please don't sing.
No, I have to. We shall overcome. That kind of stuff.
Okay, can we lose the reverb?
Yeah.
So what does all this mean? We've given up the opportunity to do Hozay in Hollywood, no Dead Lewis, no nothing. You've just barked for the last 15 or 20 minutes about not much of anything.
No, Hammerhead, I think I've given my political philosophy out, and people now know where I stand on the issues.
You don't stand anywhere. You keep saying every time there's an issue, you say it's a surprise.
Well, people know.
That's what they know. That's what they should expect.
Exactly. They should expect that when they say to me, what are you doing about this? What are you doing about that? I just say it's a surprise.
Mm-hmm. So let's say that you're catapulted into office.
Yes.
Now what?
Oh, I don't have a lot of time to worry about. I haven't really made any promises.
Mm-hmm.
I've kind of left it out in the cold, They said, well, it's a surprise. I said, well, yeah, it's a surprise, but me and some friends, we got to hop on board that big, giant silver bird,
mm-hmm.
and go spend a couple of weeks lying on the beach in Hawaii and, dancing on the beach. Obi-Wan Kenobi, Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Wait. What does Star Trek or Star Wars have to do with Hawaii?
Nothing. Just wanted to see if you were paying attention.
Oh, dear. Are you done?
I'm done for now, Hammerhead. I'm done for now. I have a lot more to say, and I think for the moment, it's probably a good time to stop right here.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's fine. If you'd like to drop us a note and tell us how much we stink, that'll be fine. Here is our address. It's Chris and Hozay. And the Hozay part, of course, is Hozay. Chris and Hozay at gmail.com. Hozay's autobiography is online and for sale at lulu.com, the hard copy. And the name of the book, of course, is Corruptus Politicus, A Shallow Man's Guide to Wealth, Cheap Celebrity, and Self-Importance in a Politically Correct World.
$14.95, hell of a buy, and all proceeds, all the money that we get from sale of the book,
mm-hmm.
goes to, me.
Uh-huh.
So I can show myself a good time.
Mm-hmm. That's great. Hozay in Hollywood is, in fact, written and performed by Jack Camarda. It is executive produced by Ron Osborne.
And I'm the odd man out.
For a lot of reasons.
Bet your ass.
Mm-hmm.
You got that right, Jack.